Oh yeah, one of my favorite parts. Man, what a wonderful day today. I love my job. I've been so fortunate and blessed to be able to do something that I really, really love. What we have here is a baseball field. Well, kind of, sort of. We're going to turn it into a baseball field. The high school field is over that way, and this is more or less a practice field, middle school field. We're going to set it up by high school dimensions, 90-foot base pass, 60 foot 6 inches to the rubber. We did cut the arc a little bit short because they don't have a lot of room to move the fence back. So we made the infield just a touch smaller than standard. So first thing I did is me and my son came out and we marked out the infield where we're going to put it. This is hands down the most important part. We're going off the existing home plate that was there. We made all of our measurements based on that. What I'm going to do today is scalp all this to the ground and remove the clippings. And to scalp it, I need a mower. This is the new Grasshopper stand-on mower. It's not mine, it belongs to Grasshopper. It's one of the ones I used in the stand-on mower review, which if it's not out yet, the review series is gonna come out here pretty soon. But I'm gonna use this to scalp down the dead grass. Of course, you've seen my baby many, many, many times. This is my 4520Z. Got the turbine blower. Let's get at it. There you are, the pitching rubber. I found it. So let's get you down in here close so you can see how that looks right there. That's scalped down as low as the Grasshopper mower will cut. Back out on the ball field today, and look at here. Holy cow, we have a mole that has taken over. Now, I've got my ABI out here. I've got my Ventrac, got the power rake, soil conditioner, got the edging attachment for my ABI. I know you're going to be asking, Pete, why don't you just do the whole ball field with the ABI? Well, this is thick, dense Bermuda grass. I need to remove this material, and the rippers on the ABI, you know, the little ripping teeth that kind of dig down in the ground, they're just not going to be ideal for this kind of removal. So I'm going to use the power rake, go down about 1 inch or so, skin all this off and windrow it up, and then I'll take the bucket and dump it over here in the woods. I've gotten their permission to do that. So first and foremost, need to edge out the ball field where the grass meets the infield surface, and we'll do that with ABI. I'm edging it so I create a definitive line between infield and outfield. And that'll give me not only a visual, so I don't get in the outfield area when I'm working. I want to stay within my workplace here. But it also creates that nice clean line between the grass and the infield. When we put the clay out here, that'll really be noticeable then. Look at that beaver skin right there. Good gracious alive. That's why I have to remove this. You can't build a ball field on top of this. You got to remember, in the future, me or the coach or somebody may come in here and decompact it, regrade it, rip it up, and they don't want to be pulling this stuff up in the future when they're grading it. That's the only way I got to do it. Yeah, they make machines that you got two tractors and one digs it out and throws it in a trailer. I don't even know what you call those things. Might get one day, but I don't have one now, so I got to do it the best way I know how. And this is the best way I know how, is use a power rake, skim all this off. Now I'm going to just kind of windrow it, clean it all up, put it in piles. And there's a big steep drop off on the other side of those trees right there, and just dump it down the hill right there. Once I get it good and clean and get it down to this, that's what we want, is that good clay right there. Then the little teeny tiny fragments that are left, I'm going to bury them with that bad boy right there. This thing right here will roll the ground over, turn it over. It's like a tiller. Then it'll leave me a good surface behind with that, kind of firm it back up a little bit. But right now, as we stand, boy, it's looking good. It's actually starting to look like a ball field. Now, I know somebody's gonna ask, let me go and tell you why. These little cutouts right here at third and first, the original plan was to bring the arc all the way to the fence. Their budget is super, super tight. So we wanted to save some money on clay, so we chose not to clay this area right here and that area over on the first base. All right, got it all piled up. Look at all that, man. That's a bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna switch over to the bucket, scoop it, dump it down that big gully over there. Now I learned something new today about my Ventrac. I don't even know what seat this is called, Deluxe or something like that, but it's a little bit cold out here. I'm wrapped up pretty good and got gloves on. It's a little nippy, but I noticed my buttocks was staying warm. Look at this. You're kidding. I had no clue. I got to looking around the seat and found out that, wow, it's got a heated seat on it. Learn something new every day. I know some of you's probably wondering, Pete, you got that big, nice, pretty John Deere green. Why isn't it out here in the cab so you're staying nice and toasty warm? Well, I don't quite have my tractor set up for that yet. I'm working on it. In order to do this process right here, I need certain attachments for the John Deere, and I just don't have them yet. But I'm getting there. I'm working on it. Soil cultivator, basically it's a tiller that you can set the depth with this wire rolling basket right there. Mainly used for seed bed prep, but I'm going to use it here to actually roll this ground, turn it over. You can see I've got just a little bit of Bermuda here and there left. And I need all that gone. I need this to be nothing but bare dirt when I'm done. So not only is it going to allow me to bury this little bit of Bermuda that's left on top, it's also going to loosen the ground so that I can pre-grade this much easier. Why not just bring the new clay mix and put it right on top of this? Well, one, obviously the Bermuda is in the way. I want that buried and gone. Number two is you can't really see the grade out here. It's a lot of this, a lot of humps and bumps, and this is a ball field. We want this joker tight. So if I left the humps and bumps and the roly-poly and then come in and put new material and flattened it out over top of that, that means the depth of the new material is going to be different across the entire field. Therefore, by grading it and flattening it and leveling it and getting it on grade before you add the new material, when you put the new material down, you have a nice, even, consistent depth of new material across the entire field. Now, I will grade this the first time with the power rake because I have the ability to windrow. Once you grade it out, you just barely let the teeth just skim the ground and you can angle it. What that'll do is I'll cut all this loose material over to one edge, and I can work it from one side of the field all the way over and scoop it up and take it out of here. So hey, it's looking really, really good right now, really shaping up. Let me know what you think. That sun goes down, man, it starts to get really cold, and the wind's been really rough today, so it's really cold for North Carolina right now. Well, buddy, you did good today. If you didn't do nothing else, you kept my buttocks warm. Appreciate it. All right, so let's get this figured out. Over the years, I've been asked, Pete, why do you run the power rake on the Ventrac backwards sometimes? Of course, I run it forward the majority of the time, but there's one specific reason why I will run it backwards, and it has to do with the way the drum rotates, and I can't figure it out. So maybe you power rake guys can help out here, or somebody that's got a degree in something that knows about this stuff. Maybe you can help me out and help me figure it out. When you're going forward and the drum is rotating, cutting against the direction you're going, what happens is the material, no matter how high or low you have it off the ground, the material tends to roll over the top. Okay, it's supposed to do that to some extent. When you run the machine backwards and you reverse the drum, it tends to rake the material. See how it rakes all this up? And see my windrow right here? See how it leaves me a nice clean windrow? Look at this. Look at that right there. It windrows it, and it removes all of that material from here. And of course, I want to leave the dirt behind. All I want to do is pick this out. But when I go forward and the drum is going in the correct way, all it does is roll this stuff over and leave it laying right here. But going in reverse, it windrows it to one side. That way I can come back and pick all this stuff out. So I still haven't figured that out. Have absolutely no clue why it works that way. Maybe you can help me. You can see when I windrow it, I can put it all in a little pile and grab it up, throw it in the woods. Well, he's here somewhere. It's just a matter, can we catch him? No, he's done. There's his hole right there. He's still in there somewhere. So that's gonna do it for this video. It's starting to rain on me. The clay is really getting sticky and wet, and I can't work it anymore. It's supposed to rain this weekend. I've got the field graded in such a way it'll drain. Piled up the dirt for the pitcher's mound, simply so it'll shed off of it. Of course, we'll build the pitcher's mound, set the bases, put new home plate in, the whole 9 yards. In the follow-up video to this, so be sure and subscribe so you don't miss that. See that right there? It's just where it's starting to rain. I can't really work it like I want to and fine grade it, especially with the ABI and the box blade, because all the stuff's just going to stick. You know, wet dirt sticks to metal, so it's very difficult to grade. So I'll probably come back end of next week. We'll start a fresh video and we'll do the fine tune on it, the fine grade work. Set the home plate. You're gonna get a brand new home plate, all the bases, and we'll build a pitcher's mound. So hey, as always, appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch. I'll check you later.